day one in Nepal. Currently enjoying a nice Sherpa beer in the Garden of Dreams. Probably the Garden of Dreams because it's the only place in this city you can hear yourself think. There's absolutely chaos in the streets, but quite entertaining. So I met with my guide Babood this morning. He's going to be my guide for the next 24 days until we start climbing. Checked kit with him this morning, going to go find some more this afternoon over dinner. It should be good. So, doing my first bit of bartering for it's very fetching Dubai. I was told to get maybe 30% off the original price through bartering. It was 2,000 originally, got it for 1,000, so 50%, pretty happy with that. I go back to the hotel now before I meet my guide for some dinner, before we set off around the city tomorrow for the preparation for setting up on the exped on Monday. So I'm at the end of day 2 now, and today's been a very strange day. So I met with this guy this morning and I was told that he would be able to get me into places that normal tourists don't see, and that was definitely true. So we started the day meeting some local people at a Buddhist monastery, and they were getting blessed by the elders there, trying to fix their illnesses and blessing their new babies. We moved through to the old royal palace in the centre of Kathmandu. I was told all about the demise of the monarchy in 2008 and the violence that went on with that, which was quite moving. And then to finish off the day, we went to a sacred Hindu cremation site. So seeing all these dead bodies being burned by the river and being blessed was a strange experience. But on the way there, one of the high priests from one of the oldest temples in the world did pass under an archway next to us. So supposedly this means that it's given me prosperity and all my endeavours will succeed. So let's see if that holds true in the mountains. We fly out at 6:30 tomorrow morning. So it's just before 5 AM on the morning of day 3. All packed up, ready to go. I'm about to meet my guide Babood before we fly to the most dangerous airport in the world in the mountains. So before I do that, I'm just going to show you somebody. So this is Yakster, the little yak teddy that I got in the markets yesterday, and I promised Hugo that I'd bring him a yak back, so I'm going to be photographing this little teddy along the way, and you might see him in some of the videos. So, landed safely at the most dangerous airport in the world, and we've now just left Lukla, taking our first steps towards Mount Everest. You can see here the guide Babood, our porter as well. So this is the first suspension bridge of the trip, and they're only going to get higher and bouncier from here. So at the first tea house. Not been trekking long today, only like 3 hours. Just on the first day from Lukla into Goreshep, I think is where we are now. So tea house is really nice, I'll show you around. It's a luxury I'm not going to get used to. This is my own bathroom in here, and then within my little plywood box with a nice sized bed with bedding also. So, but not all the tea houses along the way are going to be like this. So this afternoon, after some lunch, we're maybe going to go see one of the monasteries. There's a monastery across the river and up the side of the mountain, so we're going to try and go and have a look at that. Now the end of day 3, first full day in the mountains. Not walked very far today, but we got our flight up from Kathmandu this morning, so we've gone from Lukla down here to Pat Ding here, and then tomorrow it's a long day of walking from Pat Ding to Namche, and then tomorrow we also go past 3,000 meters.
His name is he's a very nice guy. He's from United Kingdom. So he's going to Namche today. He's very strong, man.
So today's been a day of crisscrossing the river, and now we're about to go over the highest suspension bridge on the trip, up there, and that's 150 metres above the riverbed. And when we get there, we'll have also passed 3,000 metres altitude. So, day 4, and after crossing 150 metre bridge, we've now just broken 3,000 metres in altitude. We've been walking since 8, we've got about 2 hours left to go for a 6-hour day. Above here is where people start showing signs of mountain sickness, but sleeping good, eating good, walking strong, so hopefully we'll be okay, fingers crossed. Here's me, panting away up the side of this hill. Not long till Namche, but I'm blowing and only a small backpack on, and just in front of me is this guy carrying a chest freezer up the path. Wow. That's it for today. Spent about 5 hours walking. We thought it was going to take like 7, so it's really good. Second fastest person to get up here with the company. So the record holder's an American marathon runner, so not too displeased with that. So gonna be able to get a hot shower now for the first time in 3 days, which is really good. And then from there, just gonna go and explore some of Namche. Feeling okay with the altitude now. It's quite high. We're at 3,440. So we're spending today, tomorrow acclimatising before we then set off over there for the high pass. So morning of day 5, today was supposed to be acclimatising, going up, coming back down and sleeping low, but it's currently raining really pretty heavy, so we're not doing that for now. We're going to see if it passes and maybe do it this afternoon, but if not, we're just going to have to manage without. Slept really well last night, which was a good sign at its altitude. What a day today has been. This morning when we woke up, there was a monsoon that had hit the village. We didn't think we were going to get to do anything today, thought we'd be stuck inside this tea house. But we spotted a gap in the weather about 10 o'clock, and we went for an acclimatisation walk, so we've gone up high to around 3,800 and then come back down. But we were out for much longer than planned, so we climbed up to 3,880 where we saw the highest hotel in the world. It's called Everest View Hotel, and had some tea there. And then from there, our porter, his family live only like half an hour away, so we travelled to see his family, and we had some traditional Nepalese food, which was more than interesting. It's culture to eat it all, and they gave me dog's intestine, no, not dog's intestine, pieces of dog, goat's intestine, some chicken lungs and rice. So more rice than anything else was eaten, but it was a great experience. And then coming back, we visited the monastery. It's just across the village, and there we met some traditional Tibetan monks, and they blessed me with this. So this is around my neck now, supposedly going to keep me safe, give me good luck through the high passes. And they also gave me a flag as well around my neck, which will give me good luck at Island Peak. I also got to talk to home today, some decent Wi-Fi, managed to talk to mum and dad. Really nice to talk to them, missing them a little bit after last night, sat in there on my own. Just missing Hugo now. Tomorrow we set off out the village, and it's our last day under 4,000 metres tomorrow. It should be a really good day. We've got some really nice views planned if the cloud moves out. I'm very excited about that. So there's been a nice tea house to stay in, probably the most luxury one that we're going to get. So I'm going to enjoy our last night here and get some decent sleep now. Quick tour of the fabulous tea house. So 2 beds, but only me in here, so I've had 1 bed to sort all my kit out on again. And the beds they provide, I've got nice duvets on, big thick duvets, have been quite warm at night. Also had my own sink, and then supposedly what was a warm shower, so it's a solar shower, and currently today there's not been much sun, so it's not been all that hot. And flushing toilet as well, Western style toilet. That's a luxury that I don't think you can get used to. But most of all, we have electricity. So the previous tea houses haven't had this. It's very nice to have. It means we can actually sort my things out at night, being able to actually see them and not using torchlight. It's been really, really great. Day 6, and today's been quite tough. Not physically, but emotionally. So it's only taken us 3 hours to get to where we were going today. We got here about 11 o'clock. So although we made really good time, it's almost too good time. Spent the rest of the day just sat inside the tea house, and we're the only guests there tonight. And being the only one in the group with the guide, it makes for a long afternoon. And being tired now, you sort of sit there just getting rather homesick. But got to talk to Hugo because we got here so early, got to talk to him before he went to school, so that's really good news. It's really nice to speak to him. Another similar day tomorrow, not too far. Just take it nice and slow tomorrow, make sure we're okay with the altitude and try and lengthen out the days we're spending in the hills. Been some cloud blow through recently, but just now it's cleared and you can actually see over here. Let's bring it into focus. It's called Conda Peak, peeking through the clouds there, and that's only 150 metres higher than Island Peak, which we're going to be climbing in about 2 weeks' time, which I'm very, very excited about. From here it's going to get a little bit more extreme, and that's what I'm looking forward to. A bit more of a physical challenge. Other than some headaches, we've been coping pretty well with the altitude. So yeah, the only thing that's slowing me down really is just missing home, but I'm sure once we get busier and there's some more people to talk to along the way, it'll be really good. Day 7, now above 4,000 metres. Starting to notice the altitude now. There's much less oxygen in the air, you can feel it as you're walking, but feeling okay, not too many headaches now, just when I wake up in the morning, so see how we get on. Should be good. It's the end of day 7. Our tea house for overnight stop before we go to the Renjola Pass in the morning. So started to really feel the altitude now. We've only just finished walking, but I've jumped straight into all my layers and just gonna have a bit of a rest. Headaches are persisting, and when you walk you can really feel there's no oxygen in the air. So I'm gonna get some good rest now. Try and take some Diamox, which is going to stop any fluid build up due to lack of oxygen, hopefully. And then in the morning we're up early and off over the pass to try and see some of the best views in the Himalayas if there's no cloud cover. Just from 5 AM on day 8. We're up nice and early to try and get over the pass before the cloud comes in. If we get over the pass nice and early, try and get some of the best views of the Himalayas. That'd be nice and good to see.
So he's fixing the blessing. Who miss you right now, man? Who miss you right now? Family?
Yeah.
Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Right, alright.
It's around 11:30 on day 8 and we're at the top of the Renjola Pass. So it's taken us a while to get here, but the views are amazing. So I'll turn the camera on and show you. So over here starts the Everest region, And then Everest is just behind these clouds with Lhotse next to it there, and coming round, and Renjola here. What a view. It's taken a long time to get up here, but now we're up here is really good. And we're going to walk down to Gokyo now and stay there for the rest of the day in Gokyo. There's this lake just here. We've just arrived in Gokyo. It's like 2 o'clock, so walking since 6. It's been a really good day. Getting up to the top of the pass was maybe one of the hardest things I've physically done. Up at the top of there's only 47% of the oxygen there is at sea level, so scrambling to the top of that was entertaining. Coming back down, we drop back down now into Gokyo from 5,300 at the top of the pass to 4,750, something like that. So hopefully just going to spend the rest of the day getting our breath back. The descent was pretty treacherous. It was all loose rock on top of sand on the other side of the pass coming down. So for a heavy chap such as myself, that caused several issues. But now we're here. It's an absolutely beautiful place. I'll show you the view out my window. So this is Gokyo Lake. It's a lovely turquoise colour with some of the mountains in the background. Absolutely beautiful. It's day 9. Overnight and this morning felt really rough with the altitude. Some pretty serious headaches. Felt pretty ill, didn't want to eat much, couldn't drink. But after we made an attempt at Gokyo Ridge this morning, things got worse, so we turned around and came back down. Another couple of hours sleep, and now I'm feeling better. Taking some tablets and stuff, and feeling pretty good. So we're going to make some inroads into our pass attempt tomorrow. There's a place about 2 hours away from here that we would pass tomorrow anyway, so we're going to walk to there and stay there overnight to sort of shorten the distance we've got to travel before reaching the bottom of the pass in the morning. Gokyo is looking really beautiful. It's a very impressive place. I just wish I was in a better condition to enjoy it a little bit more. So we've just passed through this mental boulder field. There's some landslides going on either side of us. Absolutely crazy. It's the end of the day now. We travelled like an hour and a half, made really good time here from Gokyo. Feeling much better now. So we're staying here at the bottom of the Chola Pass. Had a really interesting chat with a few other travellers just in the dining area there. So an Irishman, a couple from Austria, Denmark, Holland. So a really interesting chat with those. Some good experiences and insights into what they think of England. It's very interesting. So I'm going to rest now, get some dinner pretty early and get to sleep very early because we start walking at 5 AM to try and get over the top of the Chola Pass. We've been told that the third pass is currently shut due to a massive landslide, so hopefully it's going to be reopened by the time we get there in 3, maybe 4 days, but there's no telling really. Either way, open or not, we can still get to Island Peak, and currently we're bearing down. Every meter we take now is closer to base camp, which I'm very, very excited about. So yeah, it's just gone 4:30 in the morning. We got up nice and early to try and get over the Chola Pass before the cloud comes through and the sun melts some of the ice up there. So yes. It's just before 9 o'clock and we are on top of the Chola Pass.
This is 5,368 meter height.
Tell the camera.
This is Chola Pass. Its height is 5,368 meter height. We just did it. Well done to you are.
It's very difficult getting up here, but now we're here. The views are amazing. And now we're going to walk to where we're staying overnight, along this snow. Wow. Possibly one of the hardest things I've done, getting up here physically, but now we're at the top. It's a really great feeling. It's the morning of day 11. Didn't take any footage coming down off the pass yesterday, just because I was so knackered. Which is a shame really, because there's some really good stuff to see. We walked over some sheet ice as well, which was quite interesting. We're leaving here now. It's about 4 hours to Gorik Shep, and then hopefully, weather permitting, we're going to get to Everest Base Camp today, which I'm very, very excited about. So yeah, let's see what happens. It's 2:15 on the 27th of September, and we have arrived finally at Everest Base Camp. It's a truly amazing place, wow. Beautiful. Been carrying a string of prayer flags to take home to Hugo since Namche, and right now I'm just going to leave one from that string up here, Everest Base Camp. We've had the mandatory pictures and celebrations and got the flags out and things. Just taking a minute to actually appreciate how amazing this place is. You know, actual Everest summiters begin their real expeditions from this place. Just behind me is the Kathmandu Icefall, the first major obstacle in getting to the top. We're just looking down. The mountains are truly, truly beautiful, amazing, and I think if anything this trip really showed me or teaching me perspective. It's amazing. Hi. Don't panic, I'm okay. I'm just phoning you from Everest Base Camp. Dad? Yeah, I'm being serious. I spent ages searching for a phone signal. It's amazing. It's absolutely great. Yeah, so it's absolutely fantastic. You can see the ice fall, and Mum, I'm phoning you from Everest Base Camp. It's amazing. Yeah, it's so good. Thank you. No, not too bad. It's been hard to get here, but I mean we've been walking like nearly 7 hours to get here from where we were yesterday. But it's an absolutely amazing place. It's now 7:30. About to go to sleep. I'm absolutely shattered. It's been a brilliant day. Been walking for over 8-9 hours, but to get to base camp, and that experience was absolutely extraordinary. Something I'll never forget. To see just everything was amazing. The place itself had a lot of gravity. It was brilliant just to be there, and also little touch of being able to talk to mum and dad, phoning home. Very, very lucky to be able to do that. And that was absolutely beautiful. It was quite moving really. At one point I was in tears on the phone to mum. Something I didn't expect, but part of the experience I guess. Something the place brings out in you really. It was absolutely amazing. Tomorrow we're up nice and early again to try and get up Kalapatar, and hopefully get to the top of there to see the sunrise across Everest, which could be another very memorable day. Yeah. It's the morning of day 12. We're at the top of Kalapatar, literally sat right on the summit. Wow. Everyone else is down here?
This is 5,545 meter height. This is
5,500.
I hardly say to your congratulations here.
It's really great to be here, and for the reward for getting to the top, you can now see the sunrise on Everest.
This is the banner. एकजना हेरेको बजेट त्यसको तलब सलब गर्दाखेरि तीन पोटा सर गर्दा एक काठ पठाएको बजेट हो एक काठ ग्लासरी हाल्छ.
So after climbing Kalapatar this morning, we've moved back down to Le Boucher, and the plan was to go over Kungmala Pass from here in the morning, but we heard that the pass was pretty badly damaged by some big landslides over the past week, so we went and scouted it out. But we decided way too dangerous to carry kit over there and over the top, so making a slight detour now. Gonna go down to Dingbushe, stay there the night, and then walk back up to Chukung in the morning. End of day 12 now. In Le Boucher now. We got here in about three and a half hours, which is really good time. Sort of a little bit gutted that in the morning we're not going over the Kungmala Pass, but equally I know that it's far too dangerous in the state that it's in to cross, and we're much safer to come down and then head back up to Chukung in the morning. Come over really tired now. I think that's because we've just dropped a little in altitude down to Dingbushe. It's slightly lower than the rest of the places we've been staying at for the past couple of days, but some good sleeping and set off to Chukung in the morning. And try and find myself some ice axes to rent for climbing Island Peak. I've spoken to a guy today on the way down who climbed Island Peak 3 years ago, and it sounded very exciting. He explained all the different stages, and I'm properly hyped up for it now. On the way down here though, also we passed the graves of people who have lost their lives to Everest and the surrounding peaks, and that was quite solemn moment. So yeah. It's day 13. Been on the move about an hour and a half, and just got our first look at Island Peak there. Very excited. So we've just arrived in Chukung. Feeling really good. It's cold up here though, so got our layers out, and just met my climbing guide as well, and he's summited Everest 4 times already, so feeling in very safe hands. Gonna go training with him after lunch, practice crossing some ladders with crampons on and things like that, which I'm very excited about, so here we go. So just finished training for this morning with my guide. It was really exciting. Not much really, we just stuck a ladder between 2 piles of rocks and learned how to cross the ladders with crampons on, which is a lot harder than it sounds at first. Spent the best part of an hour learning how to do that, and that's it for today. Picked up some kit as well, got ice axe now, which feeling very good about. Feels sort of real now. I've got that sort of equipment. So we need to repack my bags just with the essentials for the summit attempt, and then we set off early in the morning. It's the evening now, day 13. Bags are packed, ready to go in the morning. You can see here, ice axe strapped to the side of my bag, which looks very cool. I'm excited about that. Ate some good food tonight, which was a really nice change from the past couple of days where I've been struggling with the food. And now I'm dead pumped ready to get moving off in the morning. We've just arrived at Island Peak Base Camp. Got a few colourful tents about the next 2 days. I do some training this afternoon and in the morning, very early on. Going up there. End of day 14 now. Today's been a really good day, but long day. So it took us about 3 hours to get here from Shikung, now in Island Peak Base Camp. Currently sat in my own little tent, about to go to sleep before we get back up at about 12:30. First summit attempt. When we got here, did some really good training up and down the side of just a very small mountain behind us, practicing with the ascenders, descenders and sorts. But after that, there wasn't very much to do, and serious base camp fever set in. Just hanging around, waiting for almost the bell to go off, and up the mountain we go. I'm very, very excited for the morning, feeling really good. It's just very, very cold. So, see you in the morning. So, it's just gone 1 AM. Bags are packed, ready to go. Very, very, very excited. Just going to eat something, and we're going to set off up the mountain for our summit attempt. We just reached crampon point. It's about 4:45. So far so good. It's been a long slog, but now's the really exciting part, and it's snowing. Now at the top of Island Peak. Got here at about 3 minutes past 8. Been walking since 1 AM. It's been an incredible physical slog to get here, but now we're here. It's amazing. Look. This is the way up, and then the ice wall which is taking its toll on me down there. Surrounding mountains look amazing. Now back down to Crampon Point. It's like 10 o'clock. It was amazing being up there, but now I'm completely exhausted. We're just back to base camp now. It's 10 to 1. Wow, the descent was really hard. You're so fatigued and exhausted from going up, and coming down it's just almost impossible. But that represents my mood right now. Okay, so 10 to 1, just back to base camp. The descent was very grueling. The abseiling down the ice wall was fun, and then after that it was just hard. We were so exhausted from going up that coming down just had zero energy to concentrate on placing your feet or clipping safety lines and things. But so glad to be back down. I feel very, very proud of myself for getting it to the top. Currently too fatigued to feel any sort of elation, but I'm sure that will come. The descent was made a little bit worse by my plastic mountaineering boots that I rented. Absolutely ruined my feet. The most you could get them in Chikung where we were was a UK 12. They just weren't big enough and absolutely mashed up my feet, but part of the fun. Crossing the ladder over the crevasse was scary, but so great. Great experience. Great experience. Day 16 now. Got about 40 minutes left on the trail to Namche, which is good because it's about 2:15 now. Been walking since 7 AM, so a long day. We've covered a lot of distance from Chukung where we started and where we stayed last night all the way to Namche. It's a long way. Just stopped with Ibra's family as well, just in their previous town, for some food, which was really great. Nice to get some local food from them, which is very delicious. And to be honest, today, now I've sort of come around from the exhaustion of yesterday, I'm really happy, buzzing quite a bit from summiting Island Peak yesterday. But as we're getting close to Namche now, sort of feels like the whole thing's coming to an end. Tomorrow's our last day of trekking. When we get to where we're going tomorrow, luckily, that's it. So yeah, a bit sad really. So, just had a hot shower. Wow, I feel like I've been born again, a new man. May not seem much to the civilised world or anybody at home, but think about how much walking we're doing in a day, how stinky you get, and haven't had a shower since last time we were here, like 12 days ago. So to get a hot shower now has just been amazing. Oh wow. Day 17 now. Just left the Sagamantha National Park on our way back down to Lukla now. Kind of sad really. It's the last day of trekking, regardless of flights tomorrow, whether we get a flight or not, just the weather. This is the last day of walking. So tired, but sad to see the end of the trek really. So just crossing this suspension bridge, just knocked the camera slightly and the lens cap came off. so Babu's very kindly trying to find it for me. However, I think needle in a haystack comes to mind. The tourist checkpoint now. You can definitely tell the season's getting busier. On our way up, we were the only people here, and now it's really busy. Look. So, just eating lunch in Fading, and now heading to Lukla, only about 2 hours away, and it's the last leg of the entire trip really, and just thinking about all the different things we've seen and done. People have met. It's been really great. So on day 3, crossed this bridge. In the video I said it was the first bridge. Now day 17, and crossing it back to Lukla as our last bridge.
Okay, welcome to Lukla. Yeah. How was the walk today?
Good today. So we just arrived in Lukla, which means that the trek now is well and truly over. It's been the adventure of a lifetime. I certainly will remember it forever. Just like to thank everybody who supported me in getting here, especially Mum, Dad, Hugo, Nan, and also Granddad as well, because without him wouldn't be able to have funded this to come on this amazing adventure. Been to some amazing places, seen some amazing things, certainly remember them forever, but now it's home time.